Today we're going to look at which Giant Reign E+ model is right for you, and we're also going to build up a killer race spec based on the Giant Reign E+3. So let's get into it. Riders, welcome back to Sam's Bikes, where you know we only talk e-bikes. And a few weeks ago, I did my long-term review of the Giant Reign E+0. Click in the link up here if you want to see that review. But in the comments, a few of you riders said which model is right for you. And also a few of you riders said that some models weren't available in your area. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at all three models, and also we're going to take a Giant Reign E+3, the base model, and we're going to build it up with a Sam's Bikes killer build race ready spec. So let's get into it. And riders, we are giving away an epic drawing of your electric mountain bike from Standout Bikes. To help illustrate the dream build we're going to build today, I've got Standout Bikes to do all the artwork. I've actually got him to do all the artwork of my t-shirts and all my old virtual dream builds. He is an amazing artist, and you can win a drawing of your bike or your virtual dream build. And how to enter? Well, riders, it's super easy. You need to be creative, and you need to build out your dream electric mountain bike in the comments. So you're going to base it off the Giant Reign E+, and you're going to build out all the parts that would make your dream build. Don't be shy, no budgets here. It's a virtual build, so go nuts. And on the 28th of February, I'm going to release the winner, and it's just going to be picked by me, which is the absolute killer Giant Reign. I look forward to seeing how creative you guys get. And before we crack on, let's thank that sponsor, Quadlock, making amazing smartphone holders, cradles for electric mountain bike, home office, camper van, car, pretty much everything. I absolutely love my Quadlock. And riders, I have built up my reputation online on YouTube by being honest, the Honest Sam reviews. This is the best product if you want to keep your expensive iPhone or smartphone on your bike. It's amazing. I get asked, Sam, does it really stay still? It really does. You're going to see a bit of slow motion here of me riding the Giant Reign on the review a couple of weeks ago. I've never had any problem with my Quadlock. Absolutely stand by that product. Awesome. And the legends at Quadlock are giving all Sam's Bikes riders a 10% discount. Link in the show notes where to find that discount code. So first up, let's look at the three Giant Reign E+ models for 2023. We have the Giant Reign E+3 for €5,499. Then we have the Giant Reign E+2 for €5,999. Then we have the top spec, the Giant Reign E+1 for €7,999. So first off, if you're not an e-bike geek like me, they all look pretty similar, and clearly they've got different prices. So the 1, 2, and 3, they all have the same geometry, same frame, same motor, and same battery. And the battery is a really important part because Giant have spec'd all the models in 2023 with a whopping 800 watt-hour battery, which is really impressive. And other brands are actually giving you a smaller battery in that entry-level models. So I see it like this. We have three models in the Giant Reign E+ lineup. We've got the base model, which is €5,500. And this is perfect for someone that is just starting out and wants to get out in the trails. It has good suspension and good brakes. And to give you an idea, the suspension on the one was the top of the line suspension 3 or 4 years ago. It has a motion dampener. So even though the market has moved and the technology has got better, you still are getting good suspension and good brakes on this bike. And then we go up to the 2, which is €500 more. And we are getting sort of mid-tier suspension and mid-tier brakes. And that is going to be, I would say, the best value electric mountain bike out of this lineup, and really perfect for someone that is a bit more experienced and wants to be able to tune their suspension a bit more. And then we've got the 1, the top of the line, which is €8,000. So the top spec Giant Reign E+1 is gonna be the bike that you can take straight out of the shop and shred. Top spec suspension, top spec brakes, carbon wheels. It really is a top of the line bike. And then we've got one other option, getting the base model Giant Reign E+3 for €5,500 and building up a bit of a Sam's Bike bling dream build. And that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, so why would you wanna do this? Well, there's a few reasons. And first off, some of you riders mentioned that the Reign wasn't available in your country in all models. So you can build your own top spec if it's not available in your country. Also, the color. You might like the color of one of the other models, so you can build up your favorite color. Also, I think pricing. You might just have enough money to get into the low spec and you can build that bike up as you have more money. They're the reasons, and for me, probably the most important reason would be that I can build a custom bike that no one else has. It's got my brakes, it's got my wheels, it's got my tires, my suspension, all the dream build for me. So let's grab the Giant Reign E+3 for €5,500 in the electric blue, and personally, I think the electric blue is the best color. Now I'm gonna make this race ready how I would build it to race the EWS that I might be doing again this year. Gotta check the calendar. But I wanna make it clear, riders, there is absolutely nothing wrong with any of these parts. The parts I'm gonna put on this bike are just my personal favorites. And again, if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen me do this before, I've been doing this for so many years. I used to buy the base spec race BMXs and I would sell off some of the parts and build up my own bikes. I always did this. Didn't have that much money, so I built them up slowly. Now what we're gonna do, because we've got brand new parts, we are gonna sell off the Domain forks for €250 because they're actually very good forks, very good base model forks. We're gonna sell off those wheels and tires. They're gonna be brand new. We're gonna sell them for about €250. And we're also gonna sell off the base Shimano 4-piston brakes, which are very good, and you will get about €100 for them. So that is €600 more, so we can put into the kitty for our dream build. Now let's go shopping, and I love doing this, riders, and all the prices have come from Bike Discount. That's where I do most of my shopping in Europe. And also, in the show notes, I'm gonna have a full description of all the sizes and exact things you would order if you like these parts. So first off, let's grab some RockShox Ultimas 2023. I haven't actually used these yet, but I did use the 2022 models, and I have tested pretty much all the forks on the market. And I'm gonna say 38s, Fox 38s are really amazing, but they're pretty expensive. And I reckon Zebs are just as good, if not a little bit better, for that small bump sensitivity. So I'm gonna say let's get the Zebs at €750. And for the rear suspension, let's go RockShox Ultimate Deluxe DH Coil, which is gonna set us back €380. I haven't used this before, but I do love the look of the new hydraulic bottom mount. It does look like a sensational coil, and at €380, that is a steal. And now let's go on to wheels and tires. And of course, I'm gonna be running Schwalbe Magic Mary front and back on my dream Giant Reign E+3 Sam's Bike build. It is gonna have the ultra soft in the super downhill casing in a 2.4 29er at the front. And on the back, it's gonna be a Magic Mary in the soft rubber and the super gravity casing in the 2.4 as well. And riders, for me, that is the best combo. If you haven't tried that, definitely try it out and let me know how you get on. And for the wheels, we're gonna go Hope Fortress with a red hub. I'm going these wheels. I've never actually had these before, but Ben Moore absolutely rates them. He said he's never broken any. And also Julian the Hucker in Adelaide, who breaks pretty much everything, has had his for the last year and rates them as well. So I'm gonna say for €480, that is a banging set of wheels that are gonna last the distance. And for the brakes, we're gonna go Magura MT7 with Storm Rotors. I have been testing the TRP brakes, but I'm gonna say, riders, jury is out on those TRPs. They feel very similar to the Shimano. I'm gonna say Right now, my favorite brakes on the market for the price at 280 euros, including rotors, you can't go past the Magura MT7s. And that would be kind of where I would leave it for the dream build for performance. But let's continue and spec it out even more. And I would definitely go a set of 155 Red Hope cranks, because I have been really enjoying the 155s on the dream build Specialized I did a couple of weeks ago. And I think the Reign does run a little bit low. So if you are the type of person that does get a lot of pedal strikes and rock hits, going that shorter crank is really going to be beneficial. And they're going to set you back 230 euros. And for pedals, we're going to go to some Sam Hill Enduro flat pedals because they win medals, because I love Sam Hill, absolute legend. And also riders, right now at Chain Reactions, they're having a 50% sale off those pedals. Check in the show notes. It's an absolute bargain. I always pay, I've got 4 pairs of these. I always pay cost price. I saw them come out on sale and I bought another pair, so check out that sale. And now onto the cockpit, we're going to go a Spank split stem in a 43mm and a 31/8. This stem, I've never had a Spank stem, but at 71 euros, it does represent really good value, and it's going to set off the bike because I've got the red hubs and the red cranks and the red pedals. It's going to be a nice add to that bike. And for the bars, we're going to stay classic with the Renthal fat bars in a 30mm rise and 31/8. They come in 800s, but I always cut my bars down to 780. And they're going to set you back 71 euros. And lucky last, the grips. We cannot go past a set of red, fat, soft compound DMR Deathgrips. They're going to cost you about 20 euros. If you can find them, they're always out of stock. But they are my favorite grips, and I do have them on all my personal bikes. And there we go, riders. That is exactly how I would build up my giant Reign E+3 with a bit of Sam's Bike style. So let's have a look at the total cost of this build. And the total cost of the Reign E+3 is 5,499 euros, minus the 600 euros of the parts we sold. So that would be 4,899 euros, plus the Zeb Ultimas 2023 at 7,050 euros. Then we add on the RockShox Deluxe Coil at 380. Then we have the Hope wheels at 480, and the tires, the Schwalbe tires at 100 euros. Magura MT7 brakes at 280 euros. We've got the Hope cranks at 230 euros, Sam Hill pedals 60, the Spank stem 71, the Renthal handlebars at 72, and the grips at 20 euros. So the grand total of my giant Reign E+3 dream build would be 7,342 euros. Now, I think that does represent fantastic value. The bike is going to ride really well, but honestly, riders, it's not going to ride really any different to that one, the top spec Reign, and it is a lot more work to source all those parts. And also, I didn't add in mechanical work. So if you're not mechanically minded, this is going to set you back maybe 200 to 400 euros for mechanical work, depending on where you live, to get that bike set up. So it's going to come in around the same price. And something to think about if you are going to build your own dream build. Let's say you have something wrong with your Zeb forks. So you've bought them from Bike Discount. You're going to have to go and warranty them with Bike Discount. But on the flip side, if you buy the giant Reign E+1, the top spec, and your Fox 38s, you have the same problem. All you have to do is go back to your local bike shop and they'll do the warranty claim on those 38s. There's more work doing the dream build, and also if there is any problem with those parts, you're going to have to go in and sort them out yourself. So there definitely are pros and cons to building your own dream bike or just buying the one off the shelf. What do you think's better, riders? Let me know in the comment. And also, don't forget to enter the epic competition. Build that virtual dream build out in the comments. Let me know how you build it. Super keen to see what parts you love and what you'd put on the bike. And a massive shout out to Standout Bikes for doing all the artwork today. And riders, make sure you enter, because you can have your own drawing, bit of artwork that you can put up in your garage or in your home office. I love my artwork of all my dream builds, so make sure you enter. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Loads more e-bike content coming, riders. So if you haven't subscribed to Sam's Bikes, please do so. Share it with like-minded people, and you know it, stay safe out there, and we're going to see you soon.